Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and this would be the brand new NIMBLE65 ready to fly all-in-one kit. Now kits like this are designed for people who want to get into the FPV drone hobby. That means you're going to fly a drone with FPV goggles on and you're going to do flips and rolls and you're going to fly like a bird. You have no restrictions. So this one is by SUB250 and it's called the NIMBLE65. That's because this little quad over here is the NIMBLE65. However, watch this. This one over here in this box, they kind of look identical, but it's called the Whoopfly 16. And that's because the drone in the center is the Whoopfly 16. So then what is the difference between this Whoopfly 16 kit and the new NIMBLE65? The only major difference is the drone in the center. And here I'm holding the NIMBLE65, and I will say from my personal opinion, being an FPV pilot, 65 stands for the millimeters, and whoops that are race whoops and freestyle whoops are usually 65 millimeters. That's the standard, and that's exactly what this is. This has all the specs of your basic whoop for racing and freestyle. So I did a full review on it. You can see it up here on my screen, and that full review covers this entire drone. So I made like a 15 or 10-minute review talking only about this and flying it, and I was pretty impressed. So now you get it in a ready-to-fly kit. So now let me talk about the kit. Let me tell you what you get. You get the FPV goggles. These are the Goggles 01. What's great about these is they have a battery inside. So in other words, you just charge them up when you go. You don't have to replace the battery. They are analog, a nice big screen inside. You can use them with any FPV analog drone on the market today. So yeah, if you have these, you can use them with other drones. But the best thing about these is right up here, you can put a micro SD card in the goggles and record your flights and play back your flights. So you can watch your flights in the goggles and record them in the goggles. And in this video, that's what I did. You also get the ELRS radio, and this ELRS radio can be used with any other FPV drone on the market today that is also ELRS. Now I have a super like about this radio and one dislike. So let me tell you now, the super like is this is a Bluetooth radio. So that means when you're at home and you want to play a flight sim on your computer, you don't have to attach any cables from the radio to your computer. It's all done by Bluetooth. So how does it work? Let me tell you right now. So to put this radio in Bluetooth mode, you press the setup and bind button on the back, press them at the same time, then press the power button on top. I'll see if I can do it. And then the little red light on the front will move back and forth like it's a cyborg right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm probably showing you a video of that. So now this radio is in Bluetooth mode. Then you go to your computer, your tablet, or your phone, whatever you want to use it with, and you have those devices search for Bluetooth. They will find this, you connect, it's that simple because it's just Bluetooth, then go play any flight sim you want. So in this example, you can see I'm pointing to the Bluetooth on my computer that this radio is connected, and then I'm playing the Freerider flight sim. And I really enjoy playing flight sims with this remote. If you can stand far back and sit on your couch and then play. In this little video here, I'm standing extremely close so I could show you that I'm using the remote. The joysticks on here are as expected. You can fly this no problem with these joysticks, but obviously if you get yourself a better radio, then you'll have a better joystick experience, but they do the job. But that's not my negative. I love everything about this radio except for one thing, and that would be the power source. For some reason, they did not put a rechargeable battery in here. They want you to get the rechargeable battery. So if I open the bottom, pull out the batteries in here, those are my batteries. I stuck those in there, and those are 18650 batteries, not your normal household AA or AAA batteries. 18650 batteries are the batteries you use in a vape machine or flashlight. So if you go on Amazon, just type in 18650 batteries. They're not super expensive. And mine is also a mode 2. I'm pretty sure you can get this in a mode 1, and it does have 8 channels. So that's what I mean. It's pretty cool to use with other ELRS products because with 8 channels, you pretty much have everything you need. And the switches up top, you have 3-way switches and 2-way switches. And finally, this radio is used with many products, so they didn't label the switches. So I've put little labels on my switches. Now we get to the NIMBLE65, and it does come with 2 batteries in the kit, so you get some flight time, plus a battery charger and a battery tester, plus some spare props and a few other things. This is 100% an indoor outdoor whoop. It doesn't matter if it's windy out, or it doesn't matter if you don't have a lot of space indoors, it will fly in both environments. And as I mentioned, this whoop is so good that I have a full review of it up here. You can go check that out at any time, but I'm going to make your life easy because instead of telling you about this whoop now and all the features on it and what it can do, I'm just going to take an excerpt out of this video and show you that. So watch that, then come back to me. Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve, and in my hands right here I have the SUB250 NIMBLE65. I like the packaging of this tiny race whoop. You pull it out and yeah, you get a little 65mm true FPV race whoop size drone. And it does have a Cat-X Ant analog camera with an analog VTX. It flies on a 1S battery and you'll get about 4 minutes of flight time on one of these. What I really like about this one is the VTX at the back with the tiny little antenna. It shoots out at 250 milliwatts. Now, indoors, a lot of people fly at 25 milliwatts, and outdoors, a lot of people fly at 400 milliwatts. 25 milliwatts indoors uses up very little battery power. 400 milliwatts outdoors uses up a lot of battery power. So with this being at 250, it's right in that sweet spot. Another thing I like is the camera is movable, so you can move the camera up or down. So if you're outdoors, you'll want to move it up, and if you're indoors, you'll want to move it down. Since it is a race whoop, it does have brushless motors, and the motors are at 27,000 kV. Now, if you buy this little guy, you're going to find it flies extremely well indoors and outdoors because it has a Red Fox flight controller, Red Fox A1 5-amp flight controller. You're also going to find that the frame is very twistable. So you can smash it all you want. It's not going to break. Now, if you do get into racing this little guy, you may want to customize the frame into different colors so that you don't look like everybody else. If other people bought this same quad and they're flying around with a green one, you might want different colors. Although you can buy different colors when you order it, but say you wanted to just change the frame every now and then, you can buy different frames. Now, I did test this whoop to make sure it was not different than the whoop I reviewed in this video up here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you some excerpts from this video of me flying it indoors and outdoors, but I'm going to chop it down to a short video, and then I'm going to insert video of me flying this indoors and outdoors in the winter time. So you'll see both videos stuck together into one, and you'll get a good idea of what this baby can do. Then after that, I'm going to show you the unboxing, and then back to me. We're going to fly this indoors, and what I'm going to do is adjust the camera. So all I do is I stick a little screwdriver, hex screwdriver 1.5 in the side, and I'm going to bring the camera down. And now we're going to pick up some speed. Now, a lot of people wonder why I don't fly in acro mode indoors, and that's because if you take a look at my walls, everything is newly painted. My wife went crazy and painted everything, and if I mark up the walls, well, then I'm going to be in trouble. So I fly in angle mode so I don't crash. All right, so I'm indoors. This is the kit here, and just for this video, I'm going to do 1 or 2 circuits flying the drone that came in the kit, the NIMBLE65, which is identical to the one I just showed you in the video. And for this flight, I'm going to use the battery that came in the kit, which is a 300 milliamp hour LiPo battery. Now, to fly it in the house, I'm going to use my Fat Shark goggles because, as you've probably seen in many of my videos, I wear glasses, and I have a +2 prescription, and if I try to place these goggles over my glasses, well, they don't fit. And if I take my glasses off and look inside with a +2 prescription, well, things are a little bit blurry. So flying around the house, I don't want to smash into things, so I'm going to use my Fat Shark goggles. But I have put a micro SD card in the goggles, and I'm going to use these goggles to record the video you're going to see of the flight. So first things first, power on the radio. There we go. Next, I'm going to power on the goggles. Just press the power button, and I should see snow. You see the snow? There we go. Because there's no connection yet. I haven't plugged this in. And lastly, I'll plug in the drone. There we go. It comes to life, pretty light. So I'll put it down. It is going to get hot pretty fast because the VTX is shooting out a lot of video signals, so you have to go fly quickly. In my goggles, there's nothing there, so I'm going to hit the search button. And let's see if it finds it. I'll look at it. There we go. So it's got the signal. This is my little drone. So the goggles have the signal, and then I'll press the record button on here. Where is it? There's a record button over here. Press that, and you can see up top, you see that little red light that tells me it is in record mode. And if my eyesight was really good, someplace on the screen inside, you would see a red dot flashing on and off saying it's recording. So I'll put the little drone up there. So it is getting hot. Let's fly. There we go. I think the battery's okay. If you look at the bottom left of the screen, you can see the voltage. It says battery 3.9, that's okay. If it was down to like 3.2, that would be pretty low. All right, so now that I'm used to it, let's just go a little faster. And let's just spin around here and come back the other way. This way I can cruise down my hallway a little faster. There we go. So that's the image indoor. This is the kit version, which is identical to the version I used outside and indoors in the previous video. All right, I didn't have to go much more. Let's go land it now and put it over in front of me over here. Boink. There we go. Okay, so that was the indoor flight. Acro mode, and we're gonna get this guy going pretty fast. Here we go. Going down the road. She moves pretty good. No issues whatsoever. Let's come on back to me. No cars coming. There I am right there. Zoom by me. Really good. Take it up, spin it, and keep on going. Woohoo! All right, I'm outside and you can see it snowed and everything's covered with snow. If I walk backwards to look down my street here, you'll see that behind me it's winter and it is snowing a little bit at the moment. So I'm going to take this little guy for a flight in acro mode using a 300 milliamp hour LiPo battery that came with it. I'm going to use this radio for flying. I'm going to record the video in these goggles, but I am going to wear these Fat Shark goggles so I can see where the heck I'm going. And after I finish that flight, it's time to clean the snow off my wife's car. All right, I need a spot to stand, so I'll just clear some snow off the back here, and I will stand right here. Now I need a spot to launch the NIMBLE65, so I did clear a little path on my wife's car, so that's where I'm going to stick it. There we go. Plop you down. Ready for and it slides off. It's so slippery on the car. I'm gonna have to launch it really quick. All right, she's pretty cold out here. Let's put in acro mode. There we go. We're in air mode, air acro. Let's go up fast so it doesn't slide off the car, and I am active. There we go. Let's go around this lamp post and come back to me, or let's just circle the lamp post. How's that? Try not to hit the lamp post. So it flies well because I'm used to the previous version. And this one here is no different. There I am right there. Bright green. Can you see me? And it doesn't make any sound. Listen. Can barely hear it. Let's go up in this way. And it is a ripper. It's pretty fast. And you can do cool little acro moves as you're flying around your neighborhood. You will get the low battery the more you push it, but that's just normal for something like this. Come on over the road. Come on back. So anyways, I'm not going to fly it for very long because two things. It's cold and you've already seen my review of flying it in the previous review about 2 months ago. So let's bring it back. Where am I going to land it? Let's see if I can land it back on the hood of the car. I'm in acro mode, so it's a little more difficult to control at lower speeds. There we go. Coming up onto the hood. All I see is white. Let's go see if I even made it on the hood. I have no idea. Let's see. I don't think so. I don't think so. Where is it? Oh, I did! Check this out! Right there. There it is, right down there. It's not on fire or anything. It's just in the snow. Let's take you out. And this is what I usually do. When snow doesn't melt, it doesn't cause electrical shorts. So you have to get the snow off before it melts, and then you're all good. There we go. That's pretty good right there. As long as there's nothing in the circuit board on the bottom, then we're fine. All right, so that was a pretty cool flight. Here we have the box the NIMBLE65 comes in. Inside the box you'll find a hard case. Inside that hard case you'll find the NIMBLE65 and all the accessories. First item in the box is the NIMBLE65 and it arrives fully assembled. Next there's the 8-channel radio and you can see mine's a mode 2 with the throttle on the left. On the very top you'll find a USB-C port for charging up the batteries, then a trainer port, and finally a power button. On the top you'll find metal 2 and 3 position switches, but they're not really labeled for the drone in the box. Also, you will need to supply your own power supply. In other words, you will need to get yourself 2 18650 batteries. Next item in the box would be the analog FPV goggles. These are full-featured analog goggles. A head strap is included, as well as an audio-visual cable, as well as a USB-C cable for charging up the goggles. 2 batteries are included in this kit, as well as a USB-C battery charger and battery tester. An instruction manual is also included for the charger. Plenty of spare props are included, as well as, in my kit, there was 2 prop removal tools. Spare replacement screws are also included, as well as an Allen key and a micro Phillips screwdriver. A schematic of the flight controller is included for reference, as well it links you to a QR code that provides even more information. Complete manuals are included for the goggles as well as the radio, and there's even a quick start guide for first-time pilots. Of course, plenty of stickers are included. And finally, the weight of the drone with the battery is only 30 grams. All right, so you're back to me, and a lot of you are probably wondering, should I buy the Whoopfly 16 or this one, the Nimble 65? If it was up to me, somebody who's been in the FPV hobby for a long time, I would definitely get the Nimble 65 because it's much more a truer FPV experience. There's nothing wrong with the Whoopfly 16, it's just that it's a pusher whoop. It's made more for like hovering and doing different things than a true whoop, where this one here is a true whoop. And of course, the best feature on this is that it's so tiny it makes next to no noise, and you can put pretty much any size 1S battery on it. So in this review, I flew it on a 300 milliamp hour LiPo battery, but you can put something as big as a 750 milliamp hour LiPo battery on it if you want. It will fly perfectly fine. You'll get a long flight time, but it won't fit in the battery hole on the bottom. You'll have to use an elastic or something to hold it in place, but you can still get it going and have a good flight time. So that ends my review of this product. If you have questions on it, post your questions below and I will get back to you. I'm trying not to drop everything here. I will also place the link to this product below this video down here someplace. Go check it out. You can see what the price is. It's not very expensive. Oh, and I should also mention that this little Nimble 65 is so popular that SUB250 has placed the DJI O4 digital system in it. And yeah, you can buy that. It's not super expensive. However, if you buy that, then you got to buy yourself some digital DJI goggles, which are expensive. Then you got to buy yourself your own radio, and you have to buy yourself your own batteries and your own battery charger. So you see where this kit here is a good savings. So with all that said, I'm going to end this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in a future video with many more cool product reviews. Until then, I say bye.